Hey, I am back again to do a review for How to Get Away with Murder, Season 2, Episode 1. It's time to move on. Now, I'm going to try to do this as soon as possible because I have to edit a video for my sister. Anyway. All right, so let's do a brief overview of what happened in Season 1. Okay, so we meet Annalise. Yes, Annalise Keating, who is like a brilliant defense attorney who also teaches at, I forgot, the Philadelphia University that she teaches at, or the, yeah, anywho, she teaches this brilliant class. We meet her four, actually five students. Wes, who is a favorite, though he looks like a Ken doll, yum yum yum, very innocent, got involved with Rebecca, who's a drug dealer and who is associated with Lila, who got killed, and the whole overview of season one was who killed Lila. Um, wow, this is gonna be really dense. Um, Connor, the gay guy who is kind of loosey goosey, who fucks around with everybody, but he ends up falling in love with the computer hacker. However, the computer hacker named Oliver, the computer hacker, we find out at the end of the season one, has HIV or is HIV positive. Connor, however, is not, and it ends with that information. Like, what are they going to do now? Another one of the students of Annalise's students is what's her name? What's her name? We'll go to the easy one. Asher is my favorite personally because he is funny as heck and cute, even though he likes to do the gyrate. You know what? I liked him from. I believe that's the same actor from Orange Is the New Black. So yeah, he's the comic relief. But he is anybody, and he's completely uninvolved with all the bad that has happened. So he's an innocent in all this, but he is dating Bonnie. Bonnie is one of Annalise's associates, or I guess junior lawyers who works within her firm. And Bonnie is very, very cuckoo banana, as we discover in this episode that I'm about to review. We have what's her name? Laurel, who is kind of weird. She is very quiet, very mousy, but she somehow gets into a relationship. Last season, she got into a relationship with Frank that promptly ended when she found out that he has a girlfriend. And Frank is another one of Annalise's associates, but he's not a lawyer. Turns out he killed Lila. He killed Lila on Sam. Sam is Annalise's dirty, cheating, abusive husband who gets killed in season one. In fact, I think the season opened up with his dead body. Yeah, I think it did. Anywho, Frank is an associate who does all the dirty work for Annalise, and apparently Sam, and he was the one who ended up killing Lila. However, that is not revealed in season one that he was the one who killed Lila. The first season ended with Rebecca's death. Now, Rebecca was a friend of Lila who was blamed for her murder, um, slept with Lila's college boyfriend. Now, Lila was having an affair with Sam um, while she was seeing the footballer who slept with Rebecca, and Rebecca set it up for Lila to catch them sleeping together so that way they could break them up because Lila was going to go back to the football player once she realized that she was pregnant with Sam's baby. Now that episode, pretty much at the end, she tried to be with Sam. Sam said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be together." Calls in Frank. That was mid-season actually. Calls in Frank. Sam calls Frank to kill her out. Kills her out. Throws her into the tank. Rebecca finds her body. Um, yeah, she finds her body and takes her phone. She actually hides in the tank to not be discovered by the body, grabs Lila's phone, and the person who lived in Wes's apartment saw her. Said, "Did you get into an argument with Lila?" So Rebecca drugs the guy. His name was Rudy, and he gets thrown into an asylum. Wes finds that out, gets upset, said she lied to me, and they tie up Rebecca to figure out what she knows. Rebecca somehow gets loose, uses, oh, I forgot to mention Michaela. Michaela is another one of the students. Um, Brilliant, type A type personality. She was set to marry a very rich guy who actually turns out to be gay because he had sex long time ago with Connor, the loosey-goosey gay guy with the HIV boyfriend, and she breaks up the engagement. So Michaela's by herself right now. Anyhow, where was I? Rebecca uses Michaela's phone to text Eggs 911 to God knows who. They tie her up and put her in the basement. They are trying to figure out what they're going to do with her. And then the last scene, Annalise says, "Who let her go? Who let her go?" And you see Wes downstairs looking at the empty basement. The basement door is open. The ties and ropes are gone. And so the students, all the students except for Asher, because Asher's not involved in this, leave thinking Rebecca ran away because Rebecca was supposed to go to the cops. That's why they tied her up to begin with. But you see the end, Frank and Annalise are like looking over Rebecca's dead body like, did you do it? No. Did you do it? Like, okay, did you do it over a dead body? So that's season 1. I'm sorry if it was confusing, but that show is so dense, and I love it because it's like an Agatha Christie novel, but I'm not even going to get into that. I think my first page of notes is pretty much season 1. Annalise and Frank are talking over, like, who the hell killed this girl? Like, who did it? Who did it? Did you do it? Who do you think did it? Frank thinks it's Wes because, you know, he blamed the boyfriend. Wes was acting kind of strange. And while they're trying to discuss how they're going to get rid of the body, who did it, Annalise and Frank, that scene is also being played with Annalise talking about who's more likely to kill in a murder, like in a murder trial, who is most likely the suspect, who is most likely the killer. She's like, it's somebody you know. And this is foreshadowing probably what happens to her. We'll get to that. So everyone's in class, everyone's having this discussion, and Wes comes in late and he sits down. She's asking everybody questions, everybody answers. She asks Wes, and Wes has an attitude. Wes is like, pass. And she's like, you got me mistaken. You got me fucked up. This is not the kind of class you could pass on. And he looks at her again. He's like, pass. And she's like, she persists. And he's like, he gets up and he's like, listen, you want to waste people's time? Go ahead. But I say pass because I don't know. What you gonna do? And that's how the episode starts. So the group is making fun of the fact that Wes got, he grew some balls. He's talking shit in Annalise's class. Michaela is mad at Laurel because we also find out that Laurel so when they were murdering Frank and getting rid of the body, Michaela was the one who was having the biggest breakdown. So Laurel took Michaela's ring to keep her in check because she figured that if they thought the ring was in the forest, they could tie the ring to Michaela and Michaela would be implicated in Sam's murder. So she held onto the ring, and once they cleaned it up, making it seem like, Nate, who was Annalise's lover, Nate killed Sam, who killed Lila, Laurel decides to give back the ring to Michaela, and Michaela's pissed. So Michaela's giving Laurel attitude. They start to box, and then that's when Frank hears that Wes is acting funny. So he suspects Wes. The major plot points of this episode is another murder that doesn't involve people in the house. These two adoptive twins, black kid, Asian girl, adopted kids are suspected of killing their parents. Their aunt, which I assume is the sister of the husband or the wife who were killed, saw them do it or saw them fleeing the scene. So Annalise is trying to get that case. And ultimately, I might as well sum that part up. So she goes to schmooze them, and their current lawyer, comes in and says, oh, you can't trust her. She had her lover kill her husband, and this, that, and the third. And Annalise's like, okay, sorted. When he messes up, you come back and see me. Whatever. So later on, Laurel and Bonnie set it up so that the the twins' lawyer, or the adoptive, we'll call them twins, the twins' lawyer messes up, and Annalisa goes to schmooze them and um, get them to sign her on the case. Like, she pretty much says, well, yeah, I'm suspected, but I'm not on trial at all. So who would you want running your case? Somebody who may be a murderer and can't get caught. So they end up hiring her. But the twins are weird. The twins are freaking weird. Those kids, there's something a little off about the two of them. You know, and I'm skipping ahead. So the twins are Caleb and Catherine. Yeah, let's skip that ahead, because right now it's gonna. I obviously that storyline is gonna be like the overview of the entire first half of the season. So yeah, let me move up. Okay, so as Annalise is trying to plot and plan uh, how she plans to woo the twins into hiring her and fire their current attorney, we see Eve. Eve is a friend of Annalise, and now I say friend because they are not just friends. At the end of the last episode of season 1, Annalise slips Nate, who we established was her lover, season 1, a note saying to call that number. Well, Eve was the number that he called. She's an attorney. Annalise knows her from Harvard Law. They were friends. And Eve goes over there to find out what's the situation. Something's a little off about it. Did you get him to kill it? Is it concealed conspiracy? What's going on? Annalise says, okay, I didn't get him to kill my husband. I just need you to take this case. I can't be involved, obviously. So let's fast forward. Eve goes to see Nate. Nate has attitude. Nate says, Annalise, set me up. She framed me. And Eve is pissed off because Eve pretty much went there to the house to begin with, to Annalise's house to begin with, to get the truth from Annalise. And Annalise didn't give her anything besides, he's an innocent man. I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't tell him to kill anybody. He's innocent. Please defend him. I know you can get him off. So when she hears from Nate that Annalise set him up, she books it. She's leaving. Annalise confronts her, like, where are you going? She's like, I'm not going to take this case. You screwed me over previously. You dicked me over down before. I'm not going to be dicked over again. Pun intended. I'm not going to do it again. You're on your own. So Eve leaves, right? So they're still trying to figure out who killed Rebecca. Frank is like, it's Wes, it's Wes, it's Wes. So that he's monitoring Wes's activity, and Annalise is like, why are you just suspecting Wes? Are you monitoring them all? Because they're all suspects. They all had everything to lose. And he was like, okay, fine, I'll monitor them all. And she was like, okay, let's try this. I'm going to tell Wes that we found Rebecca. She's staying at a motel. And if he goes there, then obviously he didn't kill her, because why would he go where, he would know that she was dead. Why go over there? So she tells Wes, and Frank, can I say Frank is really creepy? He's super hot. He's a very good looking man. Like, oh, the beard, and are his eyes blue? Woo! That's what I call Christopher Reeving, or Supermaning, which actually there's another phrase for Supermaning, but when a man has like blue eyes and dark hair, that's like Christopher Reeves to me. That's like, ooh. So Frank is hot. Why did I even get up on this? Yeah, so Annalise tells Wes that Rebecca's in a motel somewhere. Frank follows Wes. Wes does not go to that hotel. Wes goes home. So further confirming for Frank, yeah, he did it. So Annalise was like, let me talk to him. Let me figure it out. She invites Wes over for dinner, and she kind of confronts him, and Wes was like, I know you lied to me. I know you said that she was over there to see if I'd go chase her. But the truth is, she ran away from me. I told her I trusted her. I put my heart out there, and she pretty much ran away. So I can't chase her anymore. I can't do this anymore. She's hurt me. And Annalise believes him. Annalise believes that he thinks that Rebecca's still alive. So she tells Frank this. Frank was like, oh, and Laurel goes to Frank while he's monitoring their activity. He's sitting there shirtless. I think that's why I was thinking Frank is super hot. Good God, that body. Anyhow, so Laurel goes over to his apartment. He's like, what do you want? He wants an apartment. And she's like, Rebecca's dead. And she's all morbid about it. She's like, Rebecca has to be dead. She didn't go to the cops. We haven't heard from her. Rebecca's dead. Rebecca's dead. Rebecca's dead. And he's like, no, you need to go get yourself some business. You need to get busy doing something because you need to stop worrying about this. Rebecca's not dead. Go home, read a book. He tells Annalise this. I forgot to mention that before he starts to follow Wes, Michaela and Connor corner Frank and say, look here, we have to figure out what we're going to do about this Eggs 911 situation. Michaela's like, should I change my phone number? He's like, I already made your number unlisted. Don't worry about it. She's like, what about changing my phone number? What about Rebecca? And he rolls up on them close. He's like, what do you mean, what about Rebecca? He's so creepy. He's so creepy, but he's so hot. He's just a morbid tasted man, but he's super hot. Anyhow, he pretty much null and voids them. And where was I? This is so dense. Okay, so Michaela acting like a fool, even though Frank told her not to do anything, not to text the person, not to do a damn thing. She got in her feelings because she got rejected by another gay man at a bar while I guess she was trying to pick him up, which I would too. The guy was cute. He says, I'm gay. And she's like, okay, leave me alone. And then she sends a message to the person that, the Eggs 911. She sends a message, hi. And, yeah, my cat's running around. She sends the message, hi, nobody responds. So, where were we? So, Frank goes back to Annalise after Laurel does the creepy, oh, Rebecca's dead thing. And he's like, it's Laurel. She's messed up. She has dad issues. She's crazy. And while he's talking, Annalise realizes, holy shit, no, you got the wrong girl. She goes over to Bonnie's house. Bonnie kills Rebecca. Bonnie killed Rebecca! And they have this whole flashback. Bonnie kills Rebecca because, what did she do? Because she was trying to protect them and it would have gotten out and Bonnie's fucking crazy. And let's talk about, not Connor, but Asher and Bonnie's relationship. Bonnie is making it, the whole people, everybody knows that they're together now. And Bonnie's like, oh, you want to come over? You can finally see my place. And then Asher's like, I can't. He kind of does an avoidance thing. Everybody's leaving Bonnie out. Bonnie is getting further and further isolated. And it's interesting because she's crazy and she's a killer. And when you further isolate a killer, they go, so, you know what? Let's talk about Asher later. So Annalise confronts Bonnie. Bonnie says, I did it for you. Annalise is like, you did it for Sam. And you want him to be a good guy, but you're a monster. You're just like him. You're a monster. You're evil. And she bounces. She goes over to her friend Eve's house. And they talk about, like, what happened, how close they were, and how fun Annalise used to be. They used to have fun and dance and party and this, that, and the third. And Eve comforts Annalise. And she's like, you could stay over. And as she's taking her to her guest room, Annalise kisses her. And I'm like, she's gay. No shade. Good for you if you're gay. But like, okay, how many people have Annalise slept with? Like Jiminy, Rex, like Sam, Nate, Eve. It's a smorgasbord. I did not see that coming. That shocked me. It also shocked me that Bonnie freaking killed Rebecca. Now, don't get me wrong. First season, I thought I keep calling her Connie. Bonnie killed Lila because she knew what was going down with Sam. I thought she did it then. But the fact that she killed Rebecca and Rebecca was like saying, oh, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to say anything. Like, Bonnie's fucking nuts. Anywho, Asher is avoiding Bonnie, we find out, because the prosecuting attorney, the prosecutor for Nate's trial, cornered him and said, have you seen this person? And it's Eve on the phone. So after, I guess, Annalise and, what's her name? Eve, she takes Nate's case, and that's when we see the prosecutor confront Asher and say, have you seen this person before? So, so everything's going roses. Annalise has the twins case, so she's in this high-profile case. Nate has Eve for a lawyer. The kids are kind of calm. Oliver and Connor, no. Oliver and Connor are together. They're trying to work out their relationship. Annalise takes the four students, the four murderers of Sam, to go out dancing, and then her and Wes have this like incestuous, dancey, grindy moment. And while they're on the dance floor, what is the situation with that? Like, Annalise is his mom. Yeah, Annalise is his mom. Anyhow, while they're all dancing and having a good old time, Michaela's phone is going off, and it's the Eggs 911 responding to the message. So then we have that. And fast forward to it's 21 minutes. Fast forward to 2 months ahead, we see Russ, and I think the episode opens with this. Wes is running from the twins' mansion, and we see Annalise on the floor. First a gun goes off, and then you see Wes running, and then you see Annalise on the floor with a gunshot to her stomach. And so I guess the overview question will be, who the hell shot Annalise? And it's perfect for how she opened the episode. Pretty much the person who, the people who know you are more inclined to kill you. So yeah. So that's what happened. Who shot Annalise? My guess, it could be Wes, because, maybe they, and that's his mom. Ick. Or it's probably Eve or Nate. I'm guessing Eve or Nate probably did it, because you can't, it's probably Eve or Nate, but we'll see. Oh, and also another thing about the twins case, the prime witness, the aunt who saw the twins exiting the murder scene, her freaking throat was slashed, so no witness. They gotta get off. So that's How to Get Away with Murder, Season 2, Episode 1. Tell me your thoughts, tell me your feelings, rate, comment, etc., 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 and I will see you next week. Bye.